I'm Dani Wallace, and welcome to Be Inspired. We are here at the Impossible Manchester. We bring together the best speakers in their field to teach you all about spiritual connection, business growth, personal development. It is a one-stop shop for lighting up your life and your business.
I've seen Dani on Facebook, so I was curious to find out more about her and how she works. She's got an amazing energy to her.
I came today so I could sit in the audience and soak it all up, having spoke at the last Be Inspired.
I attended on Zoom in April and it was fantastic, and it had already changed my life at that point, so I knew that I just had to be in room, in real life this time.
Be Inspired is an event where you can come and recharge, reinvigorate, get yourself plugged in, hyped up, ready to take on the world. Some people want to connect with their business and their mission message and share that to a wider audience. Some people want to reconnect with their story and use their experience as somebody else's survival guide. People often come to me and think, oh, I want to be a speaker on stage, and this process is so much more than that. We hang out like the weirdos, like the crazy people, the people that actually do something with their lives, that plug into things like personal development, safe spaces for us to grow, to learn together and to support each other.
I have loved every minute. I am super pleased that I've nailed what I wanted to do.
The whole experience with Dani, she really helps to pull that out of you, and she helps to make sure that you're prepared, and she's there like holding space for you the whole way, although I thought I was going to get my pants.
It has pushed me completely out of my comfort zone, but I've done it and it's an incredible experience, and now I want to do more.
There are a few ways you can get involved with Be Inspired. One is to join the Be Inspired Mastermind. Every 6 months, I open up 20 spaces for 20 incredible people to share their business and their mission message, and also work with me to really hone their talks so they can go and get booked, reach more people and make more money, honey. Or if you're not quite ready for that, just come and be in the room where it happens.
Be Inspired has been just such an incredibly positive experience for me.
Go for it and spread your message, because really powerful things happen when we all get together and connect.
You've got to be here, be inspired.
If you're thinking about buying a ticket to this event, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it now.
You can join us at the next event of Be Inspired on the 31st of March and 1st of April 2022. You would be a fool to miss it.
Good morning everybody. Welcome to Friday. Shake your bums. It's a very exciting day today because I've got my best friends in the world coming to join us. One of the beautiful things about having the show Rise Up show is that I get to hang out with my friends sometimes. Sometimes they've got stuff going on that I really want to tell you about because I know it's going to be really helpful. For example, we had Natalie Crow on the other week talking to you about WordPress builds and WordPress websites, and I know loads of you found it so helpful. Today, we've got the very gorgeous Sam Bearfoot is coming to join us for a little bit of a chat. We keep promising ourselves we're going to make something happen between us. And for the past 3 years, can you believe we've been missing each other, coming back like this, all doing different things with our businesses. But we try as best we can to get a sneaky little hangout together, even if it's in public like this, which is what we're doing today. So that's going to be in just a couple of minutes. Not before I let you know what is today all about. The light is really funny today. My ring light's moved over there. I was doing some filming, some shooting, sweetie darlings, yesterday, and I've moved my ring light, and the lighting is throwing off my mojo. It makes the screen look different than it normally does. But today is Rise Up Friday. So we have the show up on a Monday, we have Wising Up on a Wednesday, and on a Friday we have Rising Up, where we share our successes for the week. So what I would love to know from you guys, hang on one second. It's why are we not showing up on LinkedIn? That's very strange. So on Friday, what we do is we hang out, get together, share our successes. So what I want to know from you in the comments right now is, what are you celebrating this week? Whether it's your birthday, whether it's that you've had a shower every day, whether it's that you smashed out 6 figures in a launch, like I don't care what it is, but I want to know what it is. So get in the comments, let me know what you're celebrating so we can shout you out. Good morning to Fiona Bryan. Morning from a hospital bed, awaiting physio visit before I'm allowed to rise up. Well, do you know what? Sending huge love and vibes to you. Fiona Bryan's going to be speaking on the Be Inspired stage in just 4 weeks' time. Yes, 4 weeks today. We'll be on day 2 of Be Inspired at Manchester The Impossible, or online if you want to watch it online. If you have not got your tickets yet, sort yourselves out. We need to get yourself sorted, don't you? You need to go to imthequeenbee.co.uk/events. Go and get your ticket to either be in the room, either on one day or both days, or if you can't make it to Manchester, it's all good. You can watch it on catch up or watch it along live with us. We've got an incredible TV quality technical Zoom team with us in the room to cast it to wherever you are in the world. So please make sure you get your tickets. You are gonna want to see these speakers. These speakers are off the hook. They are amazing. Fiona is one of them. We've also got our gorgeous Sarah Park watching along this morning. Good morning to Stacey Calder. We're going to have Stacey Calder on the show in a few weeks' time as well, talking about the Business Success Awards. They're supporting the Fly Anyway Foundation. We're going to be sharing with you in the Hive how you can get involved if you want to nominate yourself or someone for one of the Business Success Network Awards. Stacey, if you're watching along, pop the link in. So, we can do that even today or over in the Hive. But let me know what's going on with you guys. What are you celebrating this week? My successes this week, we had a very, very successful official launch of the Fly Anyway Foundation. We now have over 100 ambassadors that are signed up to help our business builders. We are opening the doors to business builders in just 4 weeks' time. We'll be doing that in conjunction with Be Inspired, which is phenomenally exciting. We're just going to get all of the ambassadors in place, ready to help. So we've been rallying the troops our side, which is fantastic. And then we will be revealing our fantastic new corporate sponsors. If anybody's wanting to be a corporate sponsor for Be Inspired, please get in my DMs or pop a little B in the comments and we will send you a corporate sponsorship pack. We've got loads and loads of opportunities. If you want to shout about your business, we're in front of an incredible engaged audience who want to know what it is that you do, then you need to get in touch with me. Whether you've got a budget of just a couple of £100 or a few £1,000, we stream out to over 1,000 people and we've got 100 people in the room. So really, really cool opportunities to partner with. And 10% of your corporate sponsorship packages goes to the Fly Anyway Foundation. So I'm going to be sending them out in the emails today. You can catch up on our town hall from the Fly Anyway Foundation on Monday. You can see our slide deck in the catch-up link, and also you can have a look at our corporate packages. So whether you want to sponsor a table, whether you want to host a table, whether you want to sponsor a speaker, or whether you want to go big guns and sponsor our Gin Nest networking area afterwards, or indeed be one of our headline sponsors, let me know by popping a little B in the comments and we will send you a corporate sponsorship pack so you can see how you can shout about your business in conjunction with Be Inspired. All right, so other celebrations this week. What else are we celebrating this week? Naomi finally realized my family need me more than work and got myself signed off with stress for 2 weeks, been having high blood pressure and terrible headaches. Now that, in the first instance, you might say, oh, are we celebrating the fact that having high blood pressure and terrible headaches is a thing? Actually, if you realize that your family needs you more than work and you've got yourself the self-care that you need, then I am celebrating the shit out of you. Maybe if we take Naomi's comment as a warning for all of us, let's not let it get that far. Take some time for you. We're sliding into the DMs of the weekend today. It's looking sexy as hell. Take some time off, please. I'm going to be doing that too. But without further ado, it is not without a conversation with one of my favorite humans in the world. We've got the glorious social media technological wizard, TikTok fabulousness. She's shaking her head in the background here because I'm embarrassing her. I'm saying nice things about her, but I'm also being really cringy. She hates it and I know it. Sam Bearfoot, get your backside here. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning, my darling. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm on my 24-hour countdown for moving house. So hence, yeah, you got me as I rolled up today, and that is
same. Like these guys are not. It is more often they will find me in active or inactive wear, as I like to call it, because I rarely get active in the active wear.
Oh no, I'm pretty active, as you know, at the moment. But yeah, this is my usual look. So normally for something like this, I would splash the makeup bag out, but I don't actually know where it is.
It's tucked away in a box saying Sam's important stuff, but not right now.
Yeah, to be shifted. So yeah.
You don't need to roll out all the glam for us, darling, because
I know
what you say is even more important than how you look, which is beautiful always, by the way. So Sam, it has been quite some time since we have shared airspace together. And that is A, a travesty in itself, but B, dead good for everybody watching right now, because it means that we are about to have an incredible show. It means that we are about to drop some incredible value bombs. And it means that if you're coming to talk to me about something, that must mean that you've got something that you're celebrating.
Oh, so there's a little something up my sleeve.
I love a little something up your sleeve.
I think it's I was trying to work it out. I think it's about 14 months since I did something like this.
Wow. I feel very special.
It's been a bit of a hot minute. So
it has been a hot minute. Yeah, it has. And I mean, and rightly so. But so first of all, before we get into the ins and outs of the last 14 months, let's talk about you and what you do, because in the past 14 months, since maybe we have had a conversation in this kind of capacity, things have changed dramatically at IATQB HQ. We've got loads of new people that follow across loads of different platforms who, shock horror, I know I get this too when I go on to speak to other people. They might not know who you are, Sam Bearfoot. Tell us who you are.
I know. So I changed, right? So I have sort of shifted niche, if you like, or I think it's right. I say I've shifted niche. I really haven't, because I've always been teaching this stuff. It's just been more in the background with like one-to-one clients, as opposed to being out in my marketing message and the core piece of what my brand consists of. So most people know me as, and I actually hate the term, but Instagram queen. I can't bear it. I don't like the word queen. It doesn't relate to me very well.
Not to you.
Not to me. You can keep it. You keep that one. It's fine. I will go.
I've got to monopolize it.
Yeah, it's fine. And now I don't. Now for me, I'm a creativity mentor, very specifically for online course creators. And for me, I focus on three things: it's courses, it's content, and it's confidence. That's my thing. And ultimately, that's always really been my thing.
It really has.
Yeah, it's always just been kind of in the background, and like I say, with more focus on my one-to-one clients. And people have asked, I actually have an email and a post going out today about this, because I keep being asked it quite a lot. Why did you switch? Why have you moved? And ultimately it was because of everything that's happened in the last couple of years. And, 2020 was a bit of a shocker year for most people, myself included, for a number of reasons.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I felt super guilty about was the fact that for me, I had been teaching my people what I call the shiny shit, the stuff that is useful, but it's only useful once you pass the foundational shit.
Right.
And I kept all that really hardcore, solid foundation stuff that you absolutely must know. I'd kind of kept that behind closed doors and very exclusive for just one-to-one clients. So I felt really guilty about that.
And not only that, I'm just thinking, like, one of the things that you've been known for is platform mastery, I guess. So particularly social media platform mastery. So when Twitter became a thing, you were already an early adopter. You already grew a phenomenal sized audience, hundreds of thousands of people. Podcasting, you were on podcasting before podcasting were a thing. Yeah, right. Following of hundreds of thousands of people. Now it feels like every dog and his dick's got a podcast. Even this is being streamed onto Spotify. I mean, it's probably the roughest podcast on Spotify. Apologies to anybody that listens. But before podcasting was even a thing, hundreds of thousands of followers where that was concerned. Instagram, when Instagram became a thing, you are an early adopter, and one of your amazing superpowers is seeing things that are lifting off and taking on, learning about them so that you can support people. But going back to your pillars, actually now is the acceptance there are always going to be new platforms, right? There are always going to be new ways to connect. Yes, of course, you can be trusted to be one of the early adopters, but the one stream of consciousness through the whole thing is those things, isn't it? It's the content, it's the creativity. If you get that right, it doesn't really matter what platform you jump on.
Yeah, precisely. So what my focus now is really talking about and sharing the core things that transfer to anywhere that you choose to go. Like, you know, you've said to me many times, well, how have you done it? Like, you've gone from here to here and now you've got thousands of, how have you done it? And I'm like, I just used the same strategy that I've used for the last 10 years and applied it to a new platform. Yes, you have to learn the tweaks and the little bits and pieces about the platform.
The technical stuff, I guess.
Yeah, the foundational side of things has always been and will always be pretty much the same. So that's where I've decided to kind of remove my stake in the sand, and I'm here now, and this is what I'm going to be teaching. And yeah, I can teach you about Instagram and TikTok and tech and all the fancy shit in the world. And for me, I actually refer to it as really boring content because I find it really boring. But you guys find it like, oh my fucking God, like.
Yeah, you're like, you like study the dark arts of the algorithm. Like, I feel like you're my girl on the inside when it comes to Instagram or when it comes to TikTok, because you absorb information phenomenally. You absorb technical information phenomenally. Your eye for detail is, and probably one of the misconceptions about you in the past is that you are the tech girl, and actually you're the creative girl. You're the, like, if I watched your early adoption of TikTok and how you threw yourself into creativity, and that when you share that, and you come into my courses regularly as bonus, we share stuff all the time. Actually, when you nail that, you can learn the basics of how to upload onto any platform.
And it doesn't
you become universal
to social media. Once you know how to crack your creative nut, it's emails, it's products, it's services, it's all of this collaborations, it's shows, it's writing a book, it's all of those. Not that I'd ever write a book, but it's all of those things.
You've done everything else.
But and that's where I'm at. And for me, it's really important for you guys, or for my guys, everyone, to know how to do that stuff.
How did you find that change? So from identify, so I'm a public speaking coach. That's my job. And I talk about, obviously, we've created the Fly Anyway Foundation. I do some help with business growth for higher level entrepreneurs. We support startups. Like, there's lots of stuff, but public speaking coach is my jam. It feels like that what you have done and created has gone from like that one particular niche to this super niche, this like super helpful, super incredible niche. Like, how did you feel? I feel like you've suddenly gone from being not just Wonder Woman, but to like a whole Marvel team. Like, how was that transformation for you when you realized, fuck, this is bigger than this?
Like I said, I just felt really guilty. I felt guilty that I had just kept all
I get that
information inside because I thought it wasn't useful at the time.
Oh man.
And I got caught up in, I guess, the hype and the sexy subjects of what people wanted to know. And don't get me wrong, that shit can make you a whole lot of money. It's made me a whole lot of money, right?
Yeah.
And you can do those things from time to time, and that's okay. But I always knew, and I've always known, if you focus on one particular platform, it will at some point expire. They all have an expiry date. We don't necessarily know the expiry date, but it will always have one. So I always knew going into the Instagram world that at some point it would. I get bored. Like, I get bored super fast. Like, I'm super creative all of the time. I get bored, but it would peak and it would trough. And so I knew, and going sort of end of 2019, I was like, yeah, get itchy now. So I knew it was coming. So I guess the whole saga that we've all been through was very well timed, that it gave me time and space to just go, right, okay, we got to change some shit up. What is it? And ultimately I did it from a really strategic point of view. I looked at where most of my revenue came from. And at the time, most of my revenue came from one-to-one work. And I was like, okay, so what am I teaching in one-to-one work? And it was this. It wasn't, it might have been in conjunction with Instagram. It would be people coming to me like, I've got a business, I need to know this. And I really want to smash it on Instagram. But actually, when we crawled down that rabbit hole, really, I would go down into these basics and go, right, this is why this shit's not working over there. We need to fix this first, and then I'll slap on an extra layer and I'll show you how to use it on Instagram.
Right.
So that's kind of where it came from. And
the scope of people that you get to help with this now is insane.
Yeah. And like, the way that I niched it was obviously online course creators, but I still have an audience of tons of different kinds of people.
You do. The witches and the weirdos and the entrepreneurs and the...
There's all kinds of people in my audience. Like there's service people, there's photographers, there's there's baker, there's all kinds of stuff. Like there's obviously online business people too, but I had to kind of niche it down, because otherwise one of my sort of things is the way that I free myself creatively is I have to confine myself.
Right.
Because if my brain is allowed to think in expansion, I can't like.
I get it. I totally get it. I totally get it. We talk about structures from which to deviate, and I'm totally with you on this, that having a structure that's too tight makes me feel really stressed and overwhelmed. Having no structure at all leaves me feeling really stressed and overwhelmed. So it's like understanding what's great for you. And this is working incredibly for your clients. You're having such success. You're having such, you're completely switching things up for the people that are working with you. So you've put together something for next week, right? To help people who are struggling right now, right?
Yeah. So we're going to be doing engagement mastery, and it's a challenge. And I've not done a challenge for freaking ages.
You haven't. And this is what I think when you told me about this, I was like, you're before I even started.
Is this how you found me? Was it
online business? Yeah, this is exactly how I found
it. Was it the Instagram challenge?
It was an Instagram challenge, because I knew that I wanted to do something. I knew that I needed to do something on Instagram, but I didn't know how to use it at all. I mean, I don't even use it particularly well now, if I'm honest. Which I think I'm just going to resign myself to, because it's still kind of doing good guns. But I remember engaging with you initially and just liking the cut of you. I mean, this is why we became friends, right? That kind of no bullshit, but still really kind approach.
The fact that you emailed me and told me that you was going to be my friend.
Well, yeah, and I'm known for that. And I wasn't wrong, was I? We're friends.
Strange person telling me that I'm going to be her best friend. I was like, all right, silly.
And the first conversation I ever had with you, you told me how much you charged for that one-to-one work, and I was like, okay. And it was like figures that I couldn't even comprehend. Like I didn't have a pot to piss in at the time. We went to Malta together, which is where we, first really started to hang out and, started to understand course creation more and what have you. But it was your Instagram challenge specifically is one of the things that 3 or so years ago, you were kind of known for. It made me Insta famous, right?
Yeah.
And I'd watched this and just totally fell in love with the way that you did things and the way that you educated, the way that you spoke, and the way that you broke things down and made things really easy to understand. Was really compelling for me. I was like, whoa, okay, so this woman really knows her beans. So you used to do these challenges all the time, and then you didn't anymore, because I mean, running the same challenge again and again and again is really boring as fuck anyway. And even Be Heard this time, we're switching things up, just as an FYI for anyone wanting to do the Be Heard challenge. We're boot camping this time. I've switched up the whole thing because of that. Like, I didn't want to do the same thing for
it gets boring, right?
Third year running, fifth time round, right? But when you have something new to bring to the table, a Sam Bearfoot challenge is definitely something to get involved with if you need a little bit of invigoration, my test.
It's going to be good because it's not like it is 5 days, but you're on day 3, you're going to get a small little task, and it's a task that I get all my VIPs to do, and the task is going to help you understand more about your social media than you probably have ever realized before. So it'll be really interesting, but it is about, you know, I'm not up for vanity metrics. I have never been really. I could go and get you 100,000 Instagram account in about a week. That's not me just bragging. It's really
Yeah, you know how to do it, which is why you get spammed with these people, don't you? Saying, oh, do you want 10K likes, or do you want 10K followers?
Like, I'm past that. Like, I've evolved. When I see that, I look and I just laugh, and I'm like, oh man, you're like where I was 5 years ago. You dog on, you're not my people no more. It's fine. But what I've also come to learn is vanity metrics don't put food on the table.
They don't work, is the thing.
It doesn't work. So your need, your desire for, I need 10,000 followers, I need more likes, I need more views. Actually, that's probably you being a little bit brainwashed by all the other people in your feed that are spamming you with, oh, I've just done this, or I've done that, or I need to go viral, I've been viral, or all of these things. Yeah. But actually, if you strip it back and go right down to deep in the core, you only want that because you want your message to be heard louder. You want people in your DMs, you want leads coming through, you want to build your email list. You actually want some really tangible feedback and some, some ROI. So the stuff that I'm going to be showing you is going to help you with that. So this is engagement mastery in its absolute rawest and most fundamental form. This is not about just inflating metrics and getting you more likes and comments and stuff like that. It is, but the ones that are actually going to turn into pounds.
But the ones that actually get involved with you, and that's the point. It's pointless buying followers. It's pointless, having somebody. It's okay doing like for likes and pods and all of that sort of stuff, but what is that going to do?
Don't get me wrong, but it's not where most people focus their energy that actually want to business build.
Right. So instead of putting your focus on the overall growth in the number, how about loving on the people that you've got, growing the people that you've got, creating raving fans so that people are attracted to you, who want to know more about you, and not just they've done a like for a like and then they're never going to look at your account again. They don't engage with you, so the algorithm doesn't show them you up to them anyway. So it's absolutely pointless them being a follower.
Precisely.
Understanding that was absolutely pivotal. And that was one of the things, the very first things that you taught me, because I was like, it was when you could get the 10K swipe up. I want a 10K swipe up. You're like, why? why do you want the 10K swipe?
I fell for it. I've done it. It's why I'm clearing out 20,000 followers off my Instagram account. And I don't give a shit. I don't care. Like,
you're such a badass.
It doesn't bother me. I think you're
I'm just going to drop 20,000 followers. I'm not bothered. You don't matter to me, people.
But you can see my point, right? If I really cared about that stuff, I would just go and I would just make a couple of calls, drop a couple of DMs, get myself slotted into some stuff, some promos, and then, by the weekend, I'd probably double that.
Right, exactly that, because you know how to get engagement going on. Yeah. So what to expect from next week then? So you've got, obviously some learning in the first few days to get your head around the situation.
Day one is just learning about the type of content that creates the most engagement. So we're going to be having a look at that. And it's definitely not going to be what you think it's going to be. If I promise you, I won't say the word viral. It's not any of that kind of stuff, right? That's not what we do. Then day two, I've plucked out some of those really super famous people that do really, really well with social media. And I'm going to show you why their posts just go off and why they work really, really well. Yeah. And then day three, we step into, I call it Sam's secret sauce. And it's a little engagement task. And I'm going to give you a breakdown. And you have to run this over 3 days. But at the end of the 3 days, you'll have more knowledge in those 3 days than you probably will have had about engagement for the last couple of years, I guess.
Amazing. And with that, that's when you can really elegantly, eloquently, properly, with effect, call to action.
Knowledge is power, right? Once you know what you're doing, why you're doing it, and the response that it will get, then you can either increase it or decrease it depending upon what those results are, right? So if you're doing stuff and you've actually got a set of metrics in front of you that shines a big old light on the one that isn't going to work, then you know not to do any more of that.
You can know what to put down and what to pick up so that you're not just huffing and puffing and saying nothing, right?
Yeah, and it can be used on any platform. So I'm not going to be telling you specifically to do this. Go do this on Instagram, or go do this on TikTok, or go do this on YouTube, or LinkedIn, or wherever it is. I don't care where you do it. You can do it anywhere because it's all going to be the same.
I love that. And if somebody wanted to learn more about the technical side of things, is that something that you even still do? Is that something they can still access? Like, where are you at with all that? Like, I'm interested.
Yeah, so we will probably do Make Me Instagram Famous once a year.
Yeah.
It's
just such a good course.
It is a good course.
So good.
But you know what? I have a client who is kind of me, but 5 years ago. So right at the beginning, and she's like, I'm totally hiring you, and I hope you don't mind. I was like, hell, I don't mind at all. Like, I love the fact that you've come to me because you've chosen the perfect coach to teach you how to make an Instagram business. Like, I've made hundreds of thousands of pounds doing that. So, you know, I can help.
Kind of know what I'm doing.
Yeah. And what I was saying to her is the thing with platform related courses or information is with something like Instagram, it changes a lot.
Yeah, every minute. So now the 10K swipe up isn't a thing. You can just put a link and that's access to everybody, for example.
Yeah. So although I do teach at a very basic level and that really core foundational stuff, so the majority of the content inside of there is always going to be relevant. There are pieces of it that I will have to go and re-record. So what I'm saying to you is the limit to how far I'll go with it depends on whether I can be asked to go back through, watch them all, see what's changed,
see what needs updating.
It's in the plan for this year. We probably will do a launch for it this year. It will very, very much be Reels heavy, I'd have thought. Because that's just where it's at right now.
Makes sense.
But in the same sense, you know, I have a TikTok launch mini course to help you if you want to figure out TikTok. There's lots of tutorial type stuff in some of my other courses. So I know that tech is one of my audience's massive pain points. And, you know, I don't want me to be giving you all this cool shit and you really want to go out there and do your thing and you're stuck just staring at Canva for 4 hours, not knowing what the fuck to do. So I've kind of nicely balanced it with the bits and pieces. So most things still exist. You might have to ask me for them if someone's going, oh, you gotta go get Sam's X. It may not be in my forefront or my
obvious shop,
but it will be around somewhere. So we will be doing a Make Me Instagram Famous. I don't know if I will do a TikTok thing. I have decided to go back and just smash TikTok again. So we will see about that.
Love that.
But I'm also really heavily focused on YouTube at the moment too.
Yeah. And here's the thing, it's just continuing that mastery of the platforms, isn't it? And in doing that, the things that you're learning are about engagement. The things that you're sharing and educating are about engagement. And it's the engagement that's the important thing across the way. And engagement is universal. So once you learn how to do that, then it's only the technical stuff that you need to get hold of.
Exactly.
So then you think, oh, well, there's something coming along. I know how to create really engaging content. I know how to structure it. I know what works for me, what works for the people that I attract. Then I just need to learn the technical bits, easy peasy.
Yeah, but it's always like, you know, I've definitely come out a bit more with the whole wooey witchy stuff that there's always been involved with my, you know, with just me. Hence, you can't quite see it. It is here somewhere. Hang on.
What have you got? Your whiteboard?
But it's always like with platforms, like when Clubhouse opened, I cannot tell you the amount of people that went into my inbox was like, when are you going to teach us how to use it?
Like, you avoided it like the plague. You were not asked for Clubhouse at all.
No, I think I've got something like 500 followers over there. I have no idea because I've never been on it. I opened it to get an account, but I took one look at it and I was like, nah, that ain't
not for me. Excuse me.
Swiftly. But so you've got to follow what calls you, I guess.
Yeah.
It took me a minute to grab TikTok by the balls. I had an account for 6 months before I did anything with it. And I remember going in, looking at it and going, hell no.
It feels long. Like it's like creating little bits of telly, you know, it feels like that's what you've got to do. You've got to create little bits of telly, like, are we TV producers? That's what it feels like for me. And this is, you know, we're talking about elder millennial situation right now. And it's very easy for kids, for example, I watch, you know, do create TikToks and stuff like that and just think, oh, she's better than me. Like, I'm just like still avoiding it like the plague, even though I know Reels particularly is something that I need to play with.
So the good thing about Reels, though, just a little nugget for you, the good thing about Reels runs about 3-4 months behind TikTok. So whatever happens on TikTok first will eventually end up on Instagram. So at the moment, you know, we've definitely still got all the pointing stuff, right, going on over on Reels. You don't see that on TikTok anymore. We are done with that. So
it's very 2020, that.
It's very 2020. So staying ahead of the game, I create, and I still create all my Reels on TikTok, really, because it's just TikTok content that I repurpose over into Reels. So it means that I stay completely ahead of everything, and whatever I put out usually isn't the same as what you might see on Instagram.
Makes sense. I've got a controversial question to ask you. Reels on Facebook. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to work.
I don't think it's going to work. I think that Facebook's audience don't turn up for TikTok or Reels. They go to TikTok or Reels to go and get involved with TikTok or Reels.
Yeah. I mean, like, I don't think, the reason I've sort of decided to relook at TikTok and YouTube is because I'm done with Facebook. Like,
you've been done with Facebook for a while.
It's not my thing.
Excuse
but
me.
the reason, if you think about it, the reason Reels exist in the first place is because TikTok took tons of traffic from Instagram during lockdown, during the pandemic.
Yeah.
So Instagram is renowned for not necessarily being innovative with ideas. They just steal ideas from other people's stories. Came from Snapchat. They never invented stories, although stories are now much bigger than Snapchat. They never invented them. They stole it from Snapchat. And Reels is the same thing. So if you think about it, actually what they're trying to do is they're trying to bring the traffic back onto a platform that they already know isn't performing very well and has lost lots of accounts, viewers, interaction, you know, because people have gone elsewhere. And I think it's just a half-ditched attempt at trying to keep people on the Facebook platform so that they can continue to do the things that they do. Didn't they report for the first time in however many 10 years or something that they plateaued?
Yeah, and not even plateau, but like lost numbers.
Lost a little bit, yeah. So personally, I don't think, I mean, over on TikTok, the vibe is like, if you're on TikTok, you're not a Facebook person. If you're a Facebook person, you're not a TikTok person. Like, that's the kind of vibe. And I think that's very, very true. I think the people that are on Facebook, they are generally content creators that like to write as opposed to video content. They're not heavily image-based creators either. And that's why they're on Facebook.
I've got a Polly Ivy this morning. Look, it's Sam.
Hi, darling.
We've got a very poorly Ivy. We've been up all night. We haven't we, sweetheart? That gives a kiss. I want to come down in a minute.
Okay. But yeah, I don't think. I mean, for me personally, I'm not seeing any reels that of anyone that I actually know.
Yeah,
it drives me insane. I don't. I want to see stuff like at the moment Instagram's doing my head in just a tiny bit. Because in my feed it's now showing me, oh, because you follow so and so, we're going to show. No, sorry, I've curated my feed so that I can see exactly who I want to see, and you're showing me people that I don't want to see. Like, I don't know, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. So I don't think it's going to work. I posted a reel on there. And I've asked a couple of people, if you see me, can you let me know? Because I want to know how it's populating the feed.
How it's showing up.
Yeah, I asked someone in a group, I think it was Coffee with Dan, and she was saying that she's getting like horse type stuff.
Yeah, I am. I'm getting dog training stuff.
And I was like, okay, are you a horsey person on Instagram? And she went, no. On Facebook, I am, but I don't look at any content like that on Instagram. And I was like, okay, so me with like, you know, my little crazy brain was like, okay, so actually they're populating your Reels content based upon your pixel information, your retargeting information, rather than the stuff that you're interacting with algorithm-wise over on Instagram, which I find super interesting.
It sounds weird because I don't Google anything dog related. Maybe I'm posted about Roxy.
So you've been tagged. Facebook has tagged you as a dog owner, which is why you're possible.
It's it's all insidious. It makes me feel a bit uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But what we do is we understand the beast and then we can utilize it, which is, what we want to do. We want mastery, engagement, and then we can take back some control. If we know that we're being kind of utilized in this way, we can go ahead and utilize right back, right?
Yeah.
So Amy Blaney is saying, Sam, I've seen a few TikTok peeps talking about 10-minute videos. I'm not sure people will want to engage for that long. Your thoughts?
The thing is, TikTok has gone through quite a change over the last couple of years. So, it started off as a kids platform, stuff where you would just dance and shake your ass and stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, you can still do all that stuff there if you want to. But in the last sort of year, it's really turned into a educational type platform.
Information station, right?
There's lots and lots of information there. So I think the reason that they have extended it to 3 minutes. And just a little sneak peek, 3-minute videos are doing really well on the algorithm right now on TikTok, just to give you a heads up. As opposed to something that's shorter. But I think the reason they've extended it because there is so many educational type pieces of content there, and they want a piece of the YouTube pie.
Right. Yeah, of course. And also, they want a piece of the entrepreneurial pie, I'd have thought, because that's a huge revenue and a huge driver. One of the reasons why people stay on Facebook, for example.
When they access it, I got the little message a couple of days ago. I don't actually have it yet, but it has told me that it's coming. And all they'll do, and they're doing it already, is they're going to switch the algorithm to favor long form content over and above short form content. And this is just what algorithms do. So they'll favor it so that they'll bring in more people that create longer form content, and it'll become a thing.
Yeah.
And then, when the next thing comes along, they'll kind of change that up a bit. But will it work? Possibly.
If they do it incrementally is the thing, isn't it? It's like I guess like eating too much at dinner and you put on an additional belt, you like your belt go. So if you've got that little bit more space for the people that really have got lots of things to say,
if you've got their attention, which is one of the things I teach loads about, like I have the whole catch, keep, convert system.
Yeah.
So if you catch their attention with a wicked hook, you keep their attention with something that they really want to know. There is 10 minutes goes in a flash when you're learning something that you really want to know.
It's like people stay on the show. We're on for 40 minutes now. People stay because people want they want to see us hang out and see what we've got to say. But also,
I will probably run with a strategy of I might do maybe 1 10-minute video a week that's a really in-depth tutorial, which then kind of gets backed up by lots of kind of short little bits and pieces in there. So you get a really good mix. Because again, I'm a big fan of doing content that suits more than one style of learning.
Right. And that's really important, especially now with the conversation around inclusivity and all of that sort of stuff. So if we're talking about attention spans, captioning, all of that, it's really, really important. But hey, we can get into the semantics of it all, but all of which you cover in terms of engagement, specifically engagement mastery next week. How do we get involved, Sam?
I will drop the link, but it's iamsambearfoot.com/engagement-mastery-challenge. I'll pop the link. If you can't remember any of that, go find me on Instagram and click the link in my bio.
Right, and let's just say I'm Sam Bearfoot, isn't it?
I am Sam Bearfoot, yeah. It is everywhere. It's on TikTok, it's on YouTube, it's on Facebook. It is everywhere because it's what I do. But head over to Insta, click the link, and you can sign up there. And we start on Monday.
Brilliant. If you are watching, I only share the challenges that I'm really behind, the ones that I know that are going to benefit you guys. I'm going to come and get involved in it as well. Because it's important for us working over on on Instagram to be learning what's going on, and I love learning with you, my darling. Sam, I will speak to you very, very soon. Absolutely no doubt. Thank you for joining me this morning.
Thanks for having me, darling.
So that is my incredible friend Sam Bearfoot. Please do go and get involved in that engagement mastery challenge. If you go and check her out on Insta, I am Sam Bearfoot. If you don't follow me on Instagram already, go and sort that out, please. It's at the Queen Bee, Dani. We're going to be really ramping things up over there as well. As we're growing, as Be Inspired is approaching, as the Fly Anyway Foundation is starting to really take off. In fact, you can follow the Fly Anyway Foundation's brand new Insta, Fly Anyway FDN. Excuse me. I've got a little tickly cough. I'm going to be going live at 11:30 again, but this time with my gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous friend, Jojo Smith over in Happy Sass, which is her free group talking all things Be Inspired. So do head on over there if you want to come and see. If you need a little bit of mid-morning energy, we can hook you up at 11:30. We're going to be dropping some extra value nuggets. We're going to be telling you a little bit of Jojo's backstory, how Be Inspired has changed her life, and also how you can get involved. If you haven't already got your ticket to Be Inspired, sort it out. IamTheQueenBee.co.uk/events. There's going to be a sassy giveaway. Jojo is saying over in the Happy Sass. So please feel free, Jojo, drop the links, pop the link in the hive. Let us know where we are going to be and how you can tune in at 11:30 if you want to win some prizes. I'm going to go get a drink because I've got a little frog in my throat. Have a phenomenal weekend. If you do want to catch up on how you can get involved in the Flying Away Foundation, how you can become an ambassador or even a gold ambassador, and get involved with all things Flying Away Foundation, go to imthequeenbee.co.uk/fly anyway. I'm going to send the replays out once again today, so you can have a look at the slide deck, everything that I covered on Monday, and also how you can get involved if you want one of our corporate sponsorship packages, if you want to sponsor a speaker, sponsor a table, or even one of our biggies like the Gin Nest, for example, or be a headline sponsor. So have a phenomenal weekend. I love you. Make sure you're celebrating your wins, no matter how big and how small. I celebrate you. Come and let us know all about them in the IATQB hive. It stands for I am the Queen Bee. I am the Queen Bee, as are you, or the King Bee, or the Sovereign Bee indeed. I'll see you later. Ta-ra.